Last night, the Texans clinched a playoff spot thanks to the New Orleans Saints. With them beating the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Texans get a playoff spot. But it's just a playoff spot. It's not the division. The Texans have not won a division yet. They have to beat the Jaguars next week, or have the Titans and Colts tie for them to win a division if they happen to lose. But we know that's not going to happen, so the Texans have to win the division. But they do have a playoff spot, so that's good. If they win, they most likely get the 3rd seed. And I say most likely because technically they still have a chance at a first round bye. I just wouldn't bet on it. For us to get a first round bye, we'd need the Patriots to lose to the Jets at home. So I don't see that happening. So the Texans, they're probably going to be the 3rd seed if they win. But if they lose, they fall to the 6th seed. So for all the people that are saying, rest the starters, rest Deshaun, rest Kiki, rest this guy, rest, whoever. No. You have to go out there and play your guys. And I think I said this in my last video, my recap video versus the Eagles. And I've been saying it on Twitter too. But you absolutely have to play all your players. You have to win this game because you don't want to have to go play in Tennessee or Indianapolis. You want this game to be in Houston, And personally, I don't think our home field advantage is, that good. Like, for example, compared to the Saints, Seahawks, Chiefs. It's not that good. But I would rather Deshaun Watson get to sleep in his bed than sleeping in an uncomfortable hotel bed, So anything that could give us the slight edge. And obviously, you want this game to be at home. So hopefully the Texans are able to take care of their business and, secure the division so that the Titans or the Colts, honestly, I'm thinking it's going to be the Colts because, the Titans just cannot beat the Colts for whatever reason. But if for whatever reason the Titans do happen to be the winner of that game, I'd be happy because I like our chances way better against the Titans than I do against the Colts. The Colts, it's going to be a real tough game. The Titans, we're going to blow them out of the playoffs if, they even get there. But, yeah, we got a playoff spot, and, that's good because Deshaun Watson gets that playoff experience that I've been talking about all season long. He needs to get it. I don't think this will be the season that we reach the Super Bowl personally. But it's important that Deshaun gets that playoff experience. He gets, his feet wet. Hopefully, we win next week. And then hopefully, we win the wild card game. And then we get to travel back to New England again to take on Tom Brady and the Patriots. So, yeah, but I will say this. That Patriots team is looking very vulnerable. So, maybe this will finally be the time if everything falls into place. Of course, we gotta play better. We gotta go out there and win. Execute, get things done. We could have a chance at the Patriots again. Finally beat them, get that monkey off our back, and who knows if that happens? And all of a sudden we're in the AFC Championship game, probably against the Chargers, which would probably be in Houston. So you never know, man. As long as number 4 is under center, anything can happen. I will say that. Anyways, let's move on. Let's move on. Next thing I want to talk about, man. This one sucks. Some bad news. Demaryius Thomas, tore his Achilles. Pretty sure everybody knows that. That sucks, man, because Demaryius Thomas is such a likable guy. You can tell he was a likable person in the locker room. Everybody liked him. And now he's out for the season. And it kind of showed what kind of an impact or how much the team really cares about him, because when he went out, it felt like our team, the Texans, just kind of, they were sold out for a bit until Deshaun Watson kind of got him out of that funk. As for Demaryius Thomas, that Achilles injury, he's 31. And if you've been following me all year, you know I've been saying the same thing about Foreman. It's tough to come back from. And DT, he's 31, so this could possibly be the end of his career. Hopefully it isn't. Hopefully he bounces back from it. But who knows what Demaryius Thomas wants to do. And for the Texans, they were kind of in a tough spot in the offseason. Because Demaryius Thomas was going to be owed $14 million next season. And the Texans were probably not going to want that. So DT was either going to get cut or take a pay cut. So now if Demaryius Thomas wants to come back and keep playing, then he'll obviously say yes to a pay cut. You know, if he wasn't hurt, it would be less likely of him to take that pay cut. So now I think it's way more likely of him taking a pay cut. Even though I do think he's a team player, I think he would have done it regardless. But, you know, now it's more possible. And, you know, maybe he gets a small extension. And I'm pretty sure he's going to want to stay here. It looks like he likes it here, so who knows, man. Now, as far as the wide receivers go, okay. To me, you got to work with what you got, kind of. So, Vincent Smith, to me, he's your number 2 receiver now. D-Hop, he's your obvious number 1. Your number 3 is Kiki, your slot receiver, whatever you want to call him. He's your number 3. Carter is your backup, your 4th, the backup to Kiki. So the Texans only have 4 receivers right now. They need to go get another one. Who do they get? I've seen someone throw out Brandon Marshall. No. It is too late in the season to go get a wide receiver that hasn't been in the system yet. And Patty Stat pointed this out too. So the Texans are going to go with someone that knows the system. Who? Well, Sammy Coates is a possibility, but I just don't see him because they literally just cut him. So that only, to me, it only leaves another option. Braxton Miller. Not even kidding. The Texans are probably going to sign Braxton Miller, and it would make sense. I think it would be a good signing. It would be a signing that makes sense. I don't know if they'll actually go through with it, but if it were up to me, I'd go Braxton Miller. Now, as far as corners go, Kayvon Webster played like, what, 5 plays this time and got hurt again? I think it was the same injury, I want to say. I don't know if he'll be out for the season again or if he's coming back. At this point, I wouldn't even rely on Kayvon Webster. I just let it go, you know, like pretend like he's not even part of the team. Now, what do they do at corner? Honestly, you gotta go with what you got again. There's no one out there worth bringing in that will learn the system and play right away. I just think you gotta go with what you got. Hope that Kareem Jackson's injury isn't too serious. Throw Colvin out there. You had to sprinkle in some Sharice Wright, unfortunately. Old man Joseph, hope he's okay. Man, this sucks. Honestly, dude. Our secondary was already bad. And then we get some more injuries. You know, Kareem's a little dinged up. Joseph is a little dinged up. You know, but at least we got our safeties, though. I mean, I will say that. But other than that, though, with these injuries to Webster and DT, there's not much you can do. There's no one you can really bring in from outside that can help, or someone that we're unfamiliar with. I think it's just too late into the season to do that. So you have to go with, you know, someone that's familiar with the system. So, yeah, that's why Braxton Miller would be a perfect fit for this team right now. And the last thing I kind of want to talk about is just, you know, my overall thoughts on the Texans this season. If you follow me on Twitter, you know what I'm talking about. I already tweeted this out. If you don't follow me on Twitter, what are you doing? Follow me on Twitter at Mr. Mediocre _YT. Anyways, this Texans team, in my opinion, is the best Texans team we've ever had going into the playoffs. Now, I'm not saying this team is the most talented team, because in terms of talent, I think the 2011 squad easily takes the cake. I mean, Owen Daniels, Andre Johnson, Arian Foster, a godly O-line you had on that line, Dwayne Brown in his prime, Wade Smith, Chris Myers, all 3 Pro Bowlers. I think 2 of them were all pros, if I remember correctly. Wade Smith was the second team All-Pro, if I remember correctly. Your right guard was pretty good. Your right tackle, Eric Winston, was also pretty good. So you had a solid O-line. You had Arian Foster. Defensively, you had a rookie Watt. You had Brian Cushing still in his prime. You had D'Amico Ryans. You had Mario Williams. Even though Mario didn't play that much that season, you had Connor Barwin, who was balling out that year. You had Brooks Reed, who was doing really good that his rookie year. You had a young J. Joe who was balling out. You had Glover Quinn and Daniel Manning at safety, and they were balling out too. Antonio Smith was up there as well. So overall, in terms of talent, I think the 2011 squad takes the cake. But in terms of the better team going into the playoffs, I think it 100% has to go to this squad. Because let's be honest, 2011, when Matt Schaub went down, everyone knew the season was over. You know, they made the playoffs with Yates, but we all knew Yates wasn't going to get anything done. And then in 2012, they had Schaub back. But in 2012, every single time we played a good team, Texans just got flat out embarrassed. Every single time. This team, yeah, they've lost 5 games, but those 5 games, they lost them by, 7 points. I think it was 3, and then 5, and then 3 again, and then 2. Like, we're not getting blown out. This Texans team, they're not a great team, but, you know, they're a good team. They can compete at a high level with anyone. And, you know, they need some talent on the O-line, corners, but I do feel more comfortable with this team in the playoffs than I did with the 2011 team and 2012 team. I think this team has at least a chance at the Super Bowl. Yes, I know it's a long shot, but as long as Deshaun Watson's under center, you know, he can probably get something done. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys for today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.